Hi, and welcome, all you beautiful souls out there in YouTube land and internet. How you doing? I hope everybody's doing really great. I was going to try to get, I did, I wanted to get this video out earlier, but now there were other plans in the works. And today was the first, and my name's Loretta, Mother's Tarot, and CE5 Ambassador. And today I got to participate in the first ambassador group Zoom group meeting. There was 85, 88 people there to start with, and it started at 2 o'clock my time and ended at 5:25 my time. It was a long and wonderful and interesting, and my God, it was beautiful. And you know what? Um, it felt like a soft place to land. It really did. So anyway, and I got to talk on there about how I am blending because it's all blended anyway. How I see it, the tarot cards and you know bringing in. Well, actually, it's just being aware, of the divine realm, and all the energies there that communicate with us. And, if, the CE5 group is very similar to what the readers and the mediums are doing, you know, and in a way, it's very similar. Of course, the CE5, they're absolutely focused in on the vectoring in of starships and star people. But, meditation, highly important. Um, all the higher frequencies are discussed, the higher realms and the different experiences, and it was it was just really beautiful. So I'm so glad that I got to participate in that. And so I wanted to share that with you because you're here and you absolutely are open minded or you wouldn't be here. And in that meeting, also, it was made very clear that we have abilities. They're not gifts, they're abilities, and everyone has them. So that was wonderful. And let me take a look at my notes. I'm going to pass it over there. Well, I took notes. So I check it over because it only ended a little over an hour ago. And I told them about the Star Lineage readings that I'm doing. And you know what? When this just blew me away. When I checked out the older Zoom group meetings that were published prior to today, what I found was they are talking about the prism of Lyra and referring that to new people just coming in wondering, hey, what's going on? They also refer to the ETs speak, who we are and why we are here. So it just is a really beautiful experience. And also there's a group, 0 Point Energy Research Group, that one of the guys were there and reached out to me, and so I sent them an email. They wanted to hear from me so I could kind of get up to speed on that because, as you know, the 0 Point Energy has been coming through in a few readings of mine. So, and let's see, and to bring you up to date, because you're on this little mission with me, or on this journey with me at the very least. Next Thursday, Dr. Stephen Greer is going to be on a podcast. And then there's another face-to-face on the 26th. So, and there are other meetings. Not all of them is he at. He's very busy and in high demand. But he comes in once in a while. And a gal by the name of Pat Parasol, she hosts the Zoom meetings that the group has. And very wonderful, beautiful lady who does talk to Dr. Stephen Greer quite a bit. And let's see. Yeah, we talked about a lot of things. So, okay, I'm just going to leave it at that with that part. And now, welcome. I know anyone new might be thinking, what? Well, that's cool. It's cool. I'm going to read the narrative here for you. And I hope everyone's doing great. I really do. Don't forget to breathe. Okay, what star are we from? This is a message from the higher frequencies for sure. And that's why we're doing this. The Galactic Heritage Cards are used to help us tap into our star lineage and karmic patterns, and also reveal lessons brought to Earth from the stars, and how these lessons can be used in our life on Earth now. A star lineage spread more accurately reflects what stellar influences are working with you now, in the moment you choose the cards. If you do readings often, the cards may change, but over time you will notice a pattern that keeps emerging if you are working with the cards in a sincere way. This is a fluid system without fixed positional meanings, because it represents the multidimensional and holographic nature of consciousness. Yeah. Another thing that the CE5 ambassadors were talking about, of course, consciousness. So it was a wonderful meeting. Okay, so in this spread here today, what has come out is that we have the new paradigm. Now, this is let's see, there we go. New paradigm, Andromeda, parallel timeline. And this is the second time this card is presented. And then this card, number 4, confusion, Andromeda, parallel. This is the first time this card is making an appearance. Yeah, I made a note to myself. I published for the first time a video when I pulled this as Star System Ambassador. I believe I read that card in that video. This card here is what I pulled for that video. So that was cool. And this is the first time that this card is coming up. And then we have coming full circle, Sirius present. Again, this is the first time this card is bringing a message forward. There, because that's what they're all doing. They're bringing messages forward. Okay, missing link, Earth past. This is the second time this message is coming through. And then card 62, embracing transition, Sirius present. This is the second time this message is coming through. And then card 36, delusion of control, Orion past. The second time for this card to make an appearance, or for the message. I should say message, because that's what the cards are doing. They're bringing us messages from the higher frequencies, from the higher realms. And then Oh, alone time, Vega present. This is the third time this message is coming through. And then we have Seeds of Polarity. Number 14, Lyra, past. This is the first time for this message to come through. And this is the unseen energy message. So this was on the bottom of the deck. Okay. So anyway, that's really wonderful. Okay. Now I'm going to get the book out. There we go. I've got my magnifying glass. I know I've mentioned before my eyes, man, they're just not what they used to be. You know, it's like this old girl just not what she used to be. So any help I can get, I'm gonna have to take it. All right. Hopefully I can do this okay. All right. Here we go. Reading number 6, New Paradigm, Andromeda. Okay. Every culture adheres to a specific paradigm of reality. Earth's paradigm has to do with polarity. The Andromedan paradigm is about experiencing the unexpected and being in a constant state of change. When we are in foreign terrain where we don't know the rules, we have to use our inner compasses to navigate. We all have one, but few know how to use it. This card tells you that change is coming, both to your planet and to your individual life. Learn now how to operate in a foreign paradigm by accessing that inner compass. Your evolution can be not only painless, but joyful. Once we have made progress in acknowledging and living as our true nature, a fluid state of integration in constant change and evolution, the natural result is the creation of a new paradigm. This is one of the reasons for turmoil on Earth now. The evolutionary directive for growth is conflicting with the habitual fears of change. That kind of conflict creates a circumstance in which it seems that nothing on a societal or planetary level can move forward. Progress becomes stuck. While this may be happening on Earth now, it may also be happening within you. When you stop resisting change and always seeking safety, you create a new empowered paradigm through which you can live your life. This personal paradigm shift greatly affects the mass consciousness field of Earth and fosters a planetary paradigm shift as well. But first, you have to walk into the unknown with the only map that matters, the one that comes from within you. The Andromedan consciousness is always supporting you. Their energy gently guides and encourages a profound personal and planetary shift in consciousness based on the pure, fluid nature of consciousness itself. Yeah, that was beautiful. I just remembered I need to turn my phone off. Yeah. There we go. There we go. Sorry about that. Okay, now I hope everyone's doing great. Remember to breathe. Keep working at meditating. If you're struggling with it, just keep going. All right. Card number 4 is Confusion, Andromeda. Okay, here we go. We often feel safe and secure when things stay the same. When things change, we feel a profound sense of disorientation or confusion until we can realign ourselves in the new reality and build a map for navigating it. To help this process, try to see that often the same messages or life lessons are being given to you in different packages. Find the the continuity in these different messages, and you will ease the confusion. Confusion is only the fear that you don't have a map for the reality in which you find yourself. The Andromedans are masters of change and rising above confusion. Let their energy guide you. In order to understand, let's see. Okay, yeah. The idea of constant change is actually embraced and understood by Andromedans because they see the fear of change as being connected to the state of attachment. Attachment to things, ideas, or ways of being can deeply hinder awakening and growth. Thus, the Andromedan reality reflects these principles. When we walk down the street, we see a consistent reality that seemingly doesn't change. But in Andromedan reality, which is more aligned with the true state of pure consciousness, reality changes constantly as a reflection of the observer. This is true for humans also, but we haven't yet understood this fact. If people cannot or will not embrace change and create a safe harbor or anchor in their own consciousness rather than in the external world, they will experience a profound confusion and fear when reality inevitably changes and they feel lost. They then become distracted by the phenomena, positive or negative, of the manifested 3D world. It is like a compass that has stopped working. They lose touch with their inner sense of direction and focus. This card is speaking about that state. If it comes up in your reading, it is usually a warning to not succumb to this trap of physical reality and to examine your life to see where you have accepted illusions as truth. Once again, there are many Andromedan guides and masters who can assist in this process. Yeah, said a lot there. Okay, now coming full circle. Let's see. That was the first time this message of confusion came through. That was a good one, I thought. And then coming full circle is also the first time that this one is making an appearance. Serious present time. Okay, let me hone in on it. Here we go. In the ancient days, the Syrians placed codes within our DNA to help us evolve when the time was right. That time is now. Humankind is awakening as the Syrians had hoped. Their task has come full circle. If you pulled this card, then you have a connection to that ancient Syrian past, and because of humankind's awakening, you have recently completed a karmic pattern held for thousands of years. You may feel subtle energies of completion, or you may feel nothing at all. But if you have any guilt about things left undone in the ancient past, it is not necessary to hold that pattern any longer. It is recommended that you read the commentary for card 59. Okay, that card title is Unfinished Business. Okay, so read card 59 as well as this one, for the issues are related. This card is connected to the ancient Sirius era when our ET forefathers committed to long-term goals and completed most of them. When we complete goals or complete a cycle, we come full circle and are ready to start a new cycle of learning. And this card comes up in your, if this card comes up in your reading, it's very possible that you have just completed a cycle of learning and are ready to start a new one. If you feel this is not true and that you are currently stuck in a situation, then you can interpret this to mean that with all the work or avoidance you have done regarding an issue, you are coming full circle around to confront it again, giving you an opportunity to transform it once and for all. This is a powerful place to be. And then when the card comes up, it is usually means you are poised for a powerful transformation in your life circumstances. Look to the other cards for further clarification if you need it. If you are contemplating a serious decision in life and you feel that you have completed your past lessons, then this was a great time to take that leap of faith into the unknown and begin a new cycle of learning and growth. Well, I think the CE5 ambassadorship is alludes to what they're talking about, right? Wow. I do. I feel just a little blown away about it all. Amazed, wondrous, all the good stuff. Okay, 49, missing link, Earth Pass. This is the second time the missing link has come up. I know it's a good message in there too. Here we go. The human race has never truly been alone. Since ancient times, our ET forefathers have been working with us, both genetically and spiritually, to nurture our development as a species. Uplifting a younger species is a natural part of galactic civilization. You pulled this card because you have a past life connection to these ancient projects between humans and ETs. As you explore this connection, you will find that the so-called missing link is not just a genetic reference, but a spiritual one. What has been missing is an understanding of who we are and our place in a vast galactic community. This card has both literal and symbolic meanings, and how you apply it in your reading depends on the surrounding cards, your life circumstances, and how much you know about your inner self. This card text refers to the genetic projects of the ETs who helped create the new humans on Earth. But the energy of this card goes much deeper. What do you feel is missing in your evolution and growth? Is that missing piece an ego, desire, or a true recognition of the next step of your spiritual work? That missing piece usually refers to a part of ourselves that we are denying. Perhaps you are seeking a more direct connection with your higher self and or the wisdom of the universe, which are really us anyway. Perhaps it is the ability to love and forgive yourself. After closer examination, deep inside yourself, you will find that nothing is ever really missing anyway. If this card comes up in your reading, it may refer to a past life during the time of the genetic projects and or karma and took on that and the or karma you took on at that time. But it may also refer to something much deeper. What are you searching for? This card challenges you to answer that question and then look more deeply. You will always find it is already within you. Man, I love this stuff. It's already within us. That's a good reason to meditate, because it's revealed during meditation. For everyone it's going to be different, but that's where it lies. That's where the key lies, is in the meditation. Okay, we got embracing transition. This is the second time this message has come through. Serious present time. Okay, 62. Here we go. In this time period, the Sirius energy has made an evolutionary transition from fourth density to fifth, which means a shift from physical existence to non-physical. Humans are in the process of transitioning from 3D to 4D, so the guidance of Sirius is essential here. Planetary transition can be a frightening thing because it means leaping into the unknown. Personally, you are also making a transition to a new level of consciousness. It is important to embrace this transition and trust its process, even if you can't clearly see where it leads. The energy of Sirius can help you with this process. There are many levels to the guidance represented by this card. Energetically, it connects to the time period in which the Sirians moved from fourth to fifth density, from physicality to non-physicality. At this time, humans are moving from a third density to a fourth density reality on the way towards integration. This is a huge transition for a planetary species. If this card came up in your reading, it is reminding you that you too are going through a huge transition in your consciousness as you walk on your path on your spiritual journey. Sometimes this transition creates a lot of fear because you are walking into the unknown. In that case, it becomes essential to embrace the transition, even if you cannot see the outcome. For some people, this card comes up in readings when they have experienced the death of someone close and are struggling with guilt or grief about it. No matter the circumstances, the underlying message is to always open your arms and your heart to transition. Life is full of transitions, and when they are resisted, we suffer. Let yourself embrace them as a natural part of life and an essential aspect of spiritual evolution. Yes, yes, indeed. Okay. Number 36, delusion of control, Orion, past timeline. This is the second time for this message to come through. Okay, hold on just a second here. I'm getting it. There we go. Okay. Within the Orion system, the dark forces sought control at all costs. The need for control of your reality comes from the ego and is based purely on delusion. We cannot truly control anything, as only the universe, through its infinite wisdom, keeps everything in balance. Your need for control is a deep karmic pattern that is ready to be released. First, you must look deeply at the habits, patterns, and beliefs in your life that reinforce the feeling that you are in control. Practice letting go and trusting. When the urge to control arises, take a deep breath. Remember that it is only the desire of a fearful ego. During the darkest times in Orion history in this era, the empire tried to exert control of nearly every aspect of life. Even if you imagine the most oppressive regimes on earth, they would represent perhaps only 20% of the intensity of this era of Orion. Humans carry memories of these oppressive times and are still trying to heal those traumas. One of the ways in which polarity plays itself out in human reality is through the idea of how the human ego wishes to control reality, when in fact reality cannot be controlled because there is a greater force, God or whatever you wish to call it, that keeps everything in balance. So the more the ego feels powerless, the more it tries to control. This delusion of control has kept us stuck for millennia. People and groups have tried to exert control from religions to politics. trying not only to control conditions, but thought as well. It simply doesn't work. And this is the lesson the Orions had to learn in very painful ways. Here on Earth, we have egos that try to control our realities, and ultimately, it is never successful. If this card came up in your reading, it is asking you to look honestly and closely at how you try to control reality, including the people and conditions around you. Know that it is impossible to do, so why keep trying? The message behind this card is to begin to heal that need for control and learn to surrender, letting go to the wise flow of the universe. This is the only way the planet and her people will not only survive, but flourish and move into the next stage of the human evolution. Here, here. Yep, yep. So true. Alone time. I think this one's come up before too. Yep. Third message. Third time this message has come up for alone time. So it's another important one. They keep coming out. It's important. Ancient vegans, yeah, were solitary beings. They often spent large amounts of time alone in quiet contemplation as a way to remain centered so they had enough energy to be of service to their community. In current times, most people don't create the space to have this alone time that is so very vital to their well-being. Take a look at your need for this essential quiet time alone. Give it to yourself, not only for the rest or activities that recharge you, but to look deep within yourself and work on your inner challenges. This is a fundamental need of all humans. The need can no longer be ignored. Reality on Earth today can be very chaotic, filled with multiple distractions from family, home, and work. These distractions can also be played out through our emotions, whereby our emotional states keep us distracted from our true internal essence. This is why stilling practices like meditation and yoga serve very important functions. They help us still our minds so we can see our true connection to the universe and the true nature of our consciousness. Every human needs time alone, not to distract others with games or television, but to go deep within and cultivate an intimate relationship with our true selves. The vegans were very solitary beings who recognized this essential need. If this card comes up in your reading, you cannot ignore this inner need any longer. Settle your mind and reestablish connection with your inner self. This is really not negotiable. Without this commitment, self-discipline, spiritual evolution becomes extremely difficult. This is the key to the next stage of human evolution. If you already spend large amounts of time alone doing spiritual practices, this card may also be giving you the message that this alone time must be balanced with time out in the physical world with other humans as well. Yeah, this has been on my mind. I think that's why this came up again. I know I'm going to have to carve me out some time. I may have to pull back from doing some videos, just kind of check out, get off technology for a bit, you know, and just recharge, refresh. Like tomorrow morning, I want to go blackberry picking, you know, just to zone out, picking some blackberries. That'd be great. I love blackberries. Okay, next we have, this is the first time this message is coming through. Seeds of Polarity, Lyra Past. See that? It's interesting art on there. Isn't it? Yeah. Okay. All right, first time message. Here we go. Here we go. As humanoid races began growing throughout the Lyra system, the yin-yang principle of duality became more pronounced. Now this card here is the underlying energy. I just want to remind you of that. Okay. At first, the polarities remained balanced, but because our cosmic journey is about growth and the integration of polarity, those polarities had to become more pronounced before they could be healed. Take a look at how polarity plays out in your life today. Do not fear it as you did in ancient times. Learn how to stay balanced, even amid the temptation to choose one pole over the other. Excuse me. Wisdom comes from embracing both rather than choosing one side over another. Yeah. This is exactly what we're dealing with in our world today. I continue. As we progress through the process of our separation from the source and our journey into polarity, this card represents the beginning era of polarity that begins to manifest into the Lyran colonies that later branched out to the future Lyran colonies and races that came from Lyra. This further fragmentation was a necessary step in our journey into polarity, but at this point in time, the Lyrans were an immature civilization and didn't know how to balance polarity. Oh, sounds familiar, doesn't it? Yep. Thus, there were times in their past that were very dark because these young beings had no roadmap by which they could navigate polarity. They often got sucked into choosing negative or positive and furthering the fragmentation. Let me read that again. They often got sucked into choosing negative or positive and furthering the fragmentation. See what I got from that? We need to embrace both, settle with both, feel both, embrace both, and be okay. Okay, I'll continue on. They often got sucked into choosing negative or positive and furthering that fragmentation. On Earth now, we have the wisdom of our ancestors within us, Lyrans included, to help us navigate this treacherous road, and it is most likely that we won't make the same mistakes as our forefathers. If this card comes up in your reading, it can often serve as a warning to you to not polarize in your life now. Examine your choices and actions carefully. Even when you think you might be making a choice from a place of neutrality, look deeper. The idea of good and evil, which is a polarity many humans encounter, is really an illusion. Can you go beyond those value judgments, which are labels created by the mind, and see what lies beyond a polarized reality? And it ends leaving us with that question. Yeah. Can you go beyond those value judgments, which are labels created by the mind, and see what lies beyond a polarized reality? More balance is what I'm picking up. More balance. I love this, doing this. I hope you're getting something out of it too. I know I am. I find this very beneficial. And I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Tell me if, is this beneficial to you? Are you grasping new thoughts and ideas or feelings or emotions or something? Is it resonating? What's really resonating with you? Anyway, I hope you'll share with me. I love you all. Thank you for being with me. Thank you for being here. And don't forget to breathe. Meditate if you can, but breathe deeply. Try to do that. It really does help. I love y'all. And take care of yourselves. Take real good care of yourselves. All right? All right. I'll see you in the next video, sweets. Bye for now.